Gina about their food over there on 43rd in Cottage Grove at the Cajun Connoisseur. You call 312-754-4333. All right, so as we know, we jump right into a little bit of news, Kyle and Regina. And did anybody have an iPhone? Are you all iPhone people? Okay. What about this iPhone 10? You get ready to go spend that kind of money and get one of those?
I mean, I get it, but it ain't a
priority.
It ain't a priority.
So you're not one of those people who the iPhone kicked off at 12:01 and within the hour they had already sold out and it was extended up to 2 weeks. That's what happened last night when that went out, the ordering online. They're not even scheduled to be out until November. I think November 3rd was the original launch date. But now within an hour, the wait times have extended to weeks, and reports of manufacturing issues have worried the analysts, and that 2 to 3 million devices are going to ship that next week. That is a lot of phones to go out in like an hour.
Yeah, that's a lot of crazy people.
But they're going to have some in the stores, guys. So if you want to go to the store to get one, you can go to the store. But they suggest that you arrive early. Now, I don't know. It must mean the day before. Because
well, you know something that's so funny to me? Because they talk about how they skipped the number. They went to the 10 from the 8 to 10. Yes. And then they talk about the 9 that's going to come out and it's going to be better than the 10. So yeah. I'm like, okay, which is which?
Which is which? Why did they do that?
Forward,
well, let me tell you. I'm a Droid girl. So you can have this madness with that stuff.
Hey, I just got it just to have it. You know what I'm saying? I got an iPhone. I got an iPhone.
But then this is what's crazy. I have a mini iPad, the Mac Book Air, and a regular iPad, and I refuse to get a phone from iPhone. It's just absolutely. I hate the phone. The phone is different than the computer, so that's all I have to say about it. Anyway, so now all the big tech sees big gains. Just yesterday they called it Super Thursday on Wall Street. The Titans, Alphabet, Amazon, Microsoft, they all saw record highs over yesterday. And most of it is because a lot of them are beginning to expand in their business. As we know, Amazon is acquisition in Whole Foods, Microsoft acquisition, LinkedIn, they're LinkedIn parents. And so Twitter is also on board, and they're beginning to see some profits already, and that's just simply because everybody's expanding their operations. So if you are a techie person or you are a stock buying person, then these are some big thoughts associated with that. And just as we talk about that, CVS is eyeing Aetna, the drugstore. CVS, yes, is in talks to buy the health giant for $66 billion.
That's a lot of cheddar.
Yes. And that's more than $200 per share according to them. But merging with Aetna would be a boom for CVS pharmacies and its walk-in clinic arms, they're saying, including making it easier to negotiate. They got the drugs, and Aetna has the insurance relationships, I guess. So the drug makers and merging both companies, massive stores on health data, and that is it. But the big reason for CVS interest? Amazon. The tech powerhouse plans to enter the pharmaceutical industry emerged earlier this year. I told somebody just yesterday when we were talking about, I was like, Amazon is just like a powerhouse. They are going to be that giant that you've seen on the movies or something, and then everybody's just walking around like, Amazon, right? So anyways, I just want to remind everybody that you are watching us live. If you're interested, we're on Facebook, YouTube, we're on UBM, Bertina Power, EmPower Hour, and you can follow, and don't forget to like me, at Bertina Power on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and LinkedIn. Now, you have been known as the Cajun Connoisseur, the man behind the food. Now, let me just tell you all this. So, it's Friday. And Friday, my day for Friday is typically what I think I'm going to start calling Flashback Friday. So this is when we go, you remember when, right? Like these remember whens, and you can go back as far as you want, but you remember when. Like we were talking about that CBS on conjunction function. Rush function.
Yeah, cars and crazy.
Right. So you remember when on the Flashback Friday?
Of course.
And then, so what else you got? You got any remember wins? Cause think about them, and we're gonna bring them up. Okay. But I'm also making Fridays, I think, my food Fridays. Cause if you don't know, let me tell you right now. I went in this place earlier this summer, took my mom, and we were going for a Friday fish fry at the Cajun Connoisseur. But then that lobster mac was just sounding so good. This lobster mac will make you smack somebody. That's all I'm gonna say about it right now. It's so good, it makes you want to smack somebody, and he brought me this huge container. Now, what he don't know is I gotta get in a dress tomorrow, and I swore I wasn't gonna eat today or tomorrow, but I'm gonna have
guys gonna love what they saying, so hey, just add a little more here, a little more there.
This dress is supposed to have my stomach super flat, and it's gonna be like, what in the world
don't blame it on me now.
do that is blowing up her stomach eating that lobster bag? But I'm gonna tear it up, and I'm so sorry today. I'm not in a sharing mood. I love you. You just have to go get your own.
Oh.
Where they gotta go? Where they gotta go?
Remember 4317 South Cottage Grove.
4317 South Cottage Grove, the Cajun connoisseur. Now you from Louisiana?
No, my family is.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say you just gonna claim that Cajun.
I'm a foodie. I travel a lot.
Okay.
I have been to 46 of our 50 states. The only states I haven't been to is Hawaii, Alaska, North Dakota, and Washington.
Okay.
The only 4 states.
Oh, you know the 4 you haven't been. I know that's right.
Yeah, so,
well, and I've been to Hawaii, but I haven't been to Alaska, and so that's good. So did you do the 4 corners over there in the 4? You know where the 4 states meet over there? I think it's like Utah and those 4 states.
Yes. I used to live in Vegas.
Okay. All right. So you've been up there. All right. So that's good. Now we had Teresa Griffin in here yesterday, and you know she's from Louisiana. She's from Louisiana, I think, or Mississippi, and so she was saying. She was like, Cajun. I said, yeah, he coming tomorrow. She was like, I'm gonna be gone. I was like, I'm so sorry. But you can go by there. You can go by there and get you some, you know, and he will be there. He's on 43rd in Cottage Grove. You can just go over there.
Well, you know, something that I really love is because, like I say, I'm a foodie.
Right.
And I have been all over the states, and then, like I say, each state has its own particular food that they're known for. A
staple.
So just like Texas is known for its beef.
Okay.
Missouri is known for ribs and things of that nature.
Okay.
You know, and then you go down on the East Coast, then you got blue crab and, you know, Maine lobster.
Because they by the water.
Exactly. Right. Then you go on the West Coast. I'm sorry, West Coast is known for its greenery, its herbaries.
Oh.
You know.
That ain't food. Okay,
it's edible. It's edible.
That's not food. That's what they are known for now. But that's not
right.
what they
but
were
still,
always
produce and stuff is what the West Coast is known for.
Right. Because they got sun, which lets them grow for longer periods of time.
And that's what a lot of people don't know. A lot of our stuff that that we get in our grocery stores come from the West Coast.
Gotcha.
So you know.
Like you've been studying and researching and getting your real education on this food thing that we're gonna talk about how you actually got there, because your background is construction.
Yes.
So, I mean, construction guys, I usually get, look, is that where the food truck idea came from? Because the food truck used to come, the only food truck I have ever seen.
Was the roach coaches.
Right. Stop that. I am giving him spankings. You cannot say these kind of things on my show.
I'm sorry, what truth? The people want the truth. That's what it was.
Want the truth.
They were called roach coaches back then. They still call roach coaches.
Okay, so, but that is what would be quote unquote the first food trucks though, right? It was these trucks, the mobile that showed up on sites and all these manufacturing companies, and then they could cash your check and give you some food and all this other kind of stuff. But then we have a new wave that is coming where over the last about 8 years or so, that there's food trucks, and they are really becoming really, really big and really, really popular.
But the only thing is they're not friendly in Chicago. Chicago's not a food truck friendly place.
There's not enough room for those trucks on the street. I already mad at the people driving on the street with regular cars.
I mean, my thing is this: we can have food trucks here in Chicago, but then the thing is Chicago is so. What's the word I'm looking for? Bless you.
Sorry, thank you.
The word that I'm looking for, Chicago is so diverse.
Right.
It has so much diversity and adversity when it comes to food.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, lean in.
So we are known for flavor.
Gotcha.
One thing I can say about Chicago, that's the one thing about the heart and soul of us.
What happened to me?
Us being, the heart of the nation, we also, have the best food in the nation. Because, like I said, when people come here to Chicago, they like, what is Chicago known for? Well, we have so many different backgrounds,
And Chicago is a bowling point too, like New York. You come from the South, you come from the East, you come from the West, and so then we bring all of those things with us. And then now it's all
we have to doctor it up and make it better than what it is. See, because like I say this now. I say this and I stand behind it. I'm the best cook in the state of Illinois. Until I need somebody to knock me off my throne by now.
All right, you heard it right here at EmPower Hour on Urban Broadcast Media. That Mr. Kyle Kelly said he is
the best cook. I didn't bite my tongue.
Okay, all right. So we gonna get back to you, Mr. Cajun Connoisseur. We gotta listen to a little bit of music right now on Friday. I'm telling my engineers to pump it up because it's Friday. It's cold outside in Chicago. It's about to come on. The weather's coming now.
Yes,
We've been blessed this far. It is what, Halloween.
Yeah.
And, you know, and so it's there now. So we just do that, but we're gonna jam a little bit and we'll be right back after these messages.
Get on down.
Hey. You know what? I can't with you right now. All right? I
He's
can't.
my favorite. It's okay.
Look. Hey. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, out there YouTube. Hey, out there Urban Broadcast Media. We kicking it in here on a Friday. Come on over here, wifey, Regina. Come on over here so you can be on the video. Just stick your face in right there.
Just for my dogs.
Hey, come on behind us. Yeah, that's okay. She rocking her Delta stuff, but I told her we sisters in service. That's why I got on my pink, and I didn't even know she was coming. Love her anyway.
Yes.
Okay, love
Tell
her
them to
anyway.
download the UBM app. They're gonna listen to
Right. If you want to be listening, you need to be downloading the UBM app. Take us everywhere.
Too funny.
Yeah. Remember when? That's what we can say. Remember when you had to get the cardboard. Pull that cardboard out and start breaking.
Exactly.
My little brothers was some breaking wannabes. And what was that movie? Breaking, right? That was the name of the movie.
B Street.
Well, now here's the throwback for you.
What?
No, wait. I got one for you.
Yeah. Dun dun. Dun dun.
But no, can't nobody outdo the Raj. I'm sorry.
Oh, the Raj. Yeah.
Wait. And then wait, the Running Man.
Yep. They got.
No, I got one for him.
And what about Pee Wee Herman?
Nah, don't make me get up and do the call.
No. I'm sorry, y'all. This is behind the scenes, and I got me a live one up in here
Live, Brian.
today. Yes, it's live. I don't know what we gonna say. I don't even know. Just stay tuned and make sure you get out there. Hey, Byron. Yeah, we having fun. Yeah. Hey, Gina. Hey, thank you. She loving my pink jacket.
Very cute.
Thank you. Hey, Cam. Hey, Neva. Hey, Ken. Hey, Kim. Hey, Renata. Hey, Steve. I know. I should, go on to eat the food right here live with y'all, but I don't want to do that. I don't even want to open it up. I got it all tied up and stay nice and hot. You know what? I'm going to need you to just...
You gonna show up the address?
You know what? Just shut it down.
You like...
That's what I'm gonna need you to do. Just shut it down. Nah. That's all right up in here. EmPower Hour. We having a good time. We live. And that's what it's about, right? Let's no control. I got no control over my guests and how off they could be. But that's okay though, because he called. He answered the call. I called him and I said, look at here now. I got Friday. I know you got them Fish Fry Fridays. You got all that going on. And I need you in here to tell all of these people about it. You're a black-owned business, and I want to support you because here at UBM, we support Black History Month every day.
Yes, amen.
Not just in one month.
Thank you.
Every day.
Thank you.
And then we kicking off to next week. We raining men.
Oh.
Yeah, so all of my guests next week are men.
I need to come back for that. You do a Facebook Live?
Yes. Yeah, tune in noon every day. Okay. All right. Gotta get it together. Okay. Look, get it together. Behind the scenes. Okay. All right. Now, breaks are just gonna be crazy around here, I see. But we are back. You are listening to Bertina Power on Urban Broadcast Media. And this is the EmPower Hour show where our goal is to educate, enrich, and empower our listeners. And somewhat part of that is, like I said just a minute ago, Urban Broadcast Media, it is Black History Month every day. Or Black History Month every day, and we support blacks and black businesses. And then what I thought I would do is bring on the businesses that through word of mouth, they're good, the services and everything else that they provide. But then what is the story behind where they got to where they are? Because a lot of people are sitting out there thinking, it's only happening to me, right? I'm the only one losing my job. I'm the only one being discriminated against by race or age or, you know what I'm saying, or anything like that. And that, you know, it's too much hard work and I don't want to start it and I don't want to do that. So let's just go to the background a little bit here. Now, you were in construction.
Yes, I worked with Meade Electric, Northern Pipeline, Benchmark Construction here in Chicago over the last 23 years.
Okay, and you were foreman levels construction or you were bricklayer? Okay.
No, I was foreman level.
You were foreman level.
As I said, you know, I started out with Meade Electric 1990, September 9th on the side of my house.
Okay.
And it's just ironic, you know, that I did most of the majority of my years with Meade Electric, which was known as contracting material back in the day. But then, you know, like I said, it's the things that you learn about how they took bids into the into the, you know, to get bids and get jobs.
Okay.
And everything. They had sister companies behind them, so it was 3 companies in one.
Right.
And then they made me the whole company, the head of the company, you know, the head.
The front face.
The front face, because
Gotcha.
they got the big company, big contract with the state. So.
And they need some color.
Right.
Yes.
And see, that was
Meade's
thing. And see, and I know the owners. I'm not going to say their name. I know the owners personally. And my thing was.
Saying the company name then, because everybody can figure it out.
Well, the Lozano. I say it if that's the case then, Frankie. You know, it's I don't care.
Okay, no.
But still in the same token, you know, my years with Meade, you know, was a price that I had to pay. You know, but Meade has me the way that I am now. Right now, this day. You know,
which is a good work ethic.
Strong work
ethic.
You can't get it, you can't stay.
Right.
And
Okay.
That was their motto. Can't get it, you can't stay. So you know, I learned from the #1 man, and that man for many years had everybody company calling me Junior. Because he didn't have a son.
He didn't have a son.
He had a daughter.
Okay.
But he treated me, and this man came down from Rockford, Illinois, every day.
To educate you, to
instill in you all of his knowledge. He instilled everything into me, and I passed it on to others. You know, throughout the years.
Now, Kyle, that's a big thing right there for me, because that's what I say to everybody who's watching EmPower Hour. You might hear something that might not be relative to you right now, but share it with somebody else, right? You know what I mean? Because that's the real problem in our neighborhood is that we don't like to, we take the information and hold on to it, figuring I need it all for myself. If I give it to somebody else, they're going to do better than me, they're going to make more money than me, you know, all these things. But you took this knowledge and then kept giving it out to somebody else.
I did. I went across the country, and like I said, I did a lot of work in Vegas, you know, which I'm going
So that's how you got to travel to all the 50 states?
No, I mean, with the construction, yes,
okay.
And then also with my education and everything throughout the years, you know, but still, my thing going forward, you know, my accomplishments in construction, you know, came to an abrupt halt.
And when did that happen? We're gonna before we get to that, we're gonna take a station break, and then I want to get back to you telling them this story, because this is where the rubber meets the road, right? For you, right? And so we're gonna take a station break. We're gonna come back and then dwell into that. You are talking with Bertina Power on EmPower Hour, and I have in the studio Mr. and Mrs. Kyle Kelly. Miss Regina's in the audience in the studio as well, his wife, because as we know, behind the man is the one man, and that is her. And she came on down here to support him, but then I brought her in on the show and said, you got to come in and talk. You got to come in. So we'll be right back after these station breaks, and we're gonna dwell into that. When that moment happened, it was probably an aha, and you just was like, oh, okay, I'm done with this, right? Okay, we're gonna talk about what that is when we get right back. Hi, everybody out there on Facebook.
What's up, family? I'm on live. UBM Radio,
you
Facebook.
You can set that up right here.
Yeah.
So just lean it right there.
So everybody, I'm looking at you as you see.
You can say hi to everybody.
Let me see who all popped in. Let me see. What up, Jake? What up, Aaron? What up, Tracy? What up, Cuz? What up, Melina? What's up, big bro?
Hey.
What up, Ed? Employees. Make sure you at work, Ed.
What's
up, that's right, you off today.
Now ain't got no music. Right.
What's up, Trey? What's up, Mr. Jones? What up, Don? What's up, Beverly? I thought you was doing talking at first. Yup. Me too, nephew. Shiny. What's up, A.T.? What's up, Maker? What's up, Mr. Jones, bro? Doing what it do? UBM Live on Facebook. UBM that social network. This is
Mr. I tagged you.
Cool.
I was like, oh, there
doing radio broadcast.
Yes,
so, you know.
Yes. That's what's up. We ain't here to tell Chicago what's going on over here from Urban Broadcast Media Station side. and EmPower out. And see, the thing about live, which I like, is different than the radio. So if you missed the actual airing of the radio, you missed it.
Right, exactly.
But with this, you can come back tonight, tomorrow,
That's true.
next week, and go back and sit down and watch all of the shows that have been done. So
Cool.
yeah, that's why I decided. I was like, I got too many friends that might be at the lunch break and miss me, and so no.
You know something that's really funny, and what you said, it just jump off the top and see, because my cousin, are you a house head?
Yes, that's why Wednesdays we play house music.
My cousin, you wouldn't know who my cousin is.
Who's your cousin?
Steve So Curly.
You better get out of here. Really? Okay, look, tell Steve I'm gonna need a mixtape then.
I know, right?
So I can play it on Wednesdays. I will give him all the credit. He just needs to send me some mixtapes on Wednesdays. Yes. Really? Get out of here.
I mean, you know, and when we was growing up, you know how you be like,
Did Steve go to Lynn Bloom?
No, Steve went to.
Okay.
I think he wait a minute now. Steve went. What was it? The high school, high school off of 111.
Julia?
No,
Mendel.
Okay.
Mendel.
Hey, we're back in the studios. This is Bertina Power, and I am talking to and with Mr. and Mrs. Kelly. Kelly, which is Kyle Kelly and Regina Kelly, husband and wife team, because they are the powerhouse team behind the Cajun Connoisseur. And we were talking earlier about how he started in construction. Not cooking and everything, but you must have had a love for cooking early though, right? Somewhere.
My mom.
Your mom, okay, all right.
4 years old in the kitchen, learning how to make chicken and dumplings and stuff. You know, I was like,
Chicken and dumplings. Don't let my daddy hear you. He is a chicken and dumpling guy. He would call a sister, be like, I'm on my way, and I eat chicken and dumplings. Right? So, okay, so you started at 4 years old making some food like that. That's real food. That's not like cookies and stuff, you know.
Exactly. Mom was in there always. My mom was the best cook in the whole family.
She was the best cook.
So,
And then you took over that title,
yes,
I read. Okay, so then you became the best cook. All right, so you're in construction. You work in years, 20 years in construction. You get offered a position because somebody's reading your resume, right? That's what you said. And then what happened?
Somebody was reading my resume and they pulled me in, and like I said, we was on the CTA Red Line, the job that they came to me for. And they came in the room, it was like 50, 75 people in there, they all in there filling out.
But tell us what the job was going to be. What was the job?
They wanted me to be the foreman.
The foreman over
3 crews.
3 crews. 3 crews you had never even
seen,
worked for
never
before.
worked for, never anything. They just came to me and they said, we did a background check on you, and we wanted to know, are you that Kyle Kelly that we're reading? But are you Kyle C. Kelly? And I said, yes, I am. And they said, well, we know some people that know you. And I was like, okay. I just put my hand over my mouth, just like this. And I was like, okay, hear what you got to say, you know. And then they said, well, we were told that if we got Kyle Kelly, we got the man.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. And then, you know, a little smile came on my face. I got to hide it, you know.
Well, but we know that when people, that's the thing about it, that's what I try to tell people. Your reputation is going, you know, it precedes you, right?
Does.
And it will go good and bad,
Yes.
right? Whatever that is. So you were sitting there shaking in your boots thinking it was the other
Well,
reputation.
actually, I didn't care because I knew my job was to go around, over, under, and through. And see, that's what Mead Electric did with me.
Gotcha.
You know, what
got
they
you ready for it.
What Mead did was they moved me from crew to crew.
Gotcha.
And to make that quota of, you know, reason why a lot of African Americans are not in the construction field, because, you know, a lot of them can't pass the drug test, first off, I must say. Then the second thing is,
Say it, because this is what we're talking about right here.
They moved me from crew to crew because they had to have somebody black on the crew, as opposed to hiring somebody, you know, on black and having them and keeping them. No, they would move me crew to crew, and then I had told my boss, stop moving me. I'm not going just to make your quota. Hire somebody.
Gotcha.
You know, and they was like, no, you know, and then I was working with the sons and grandsons and nephews, and I was training them, and then next thing you know, they was making them foremen, and then they was like, I'm your boss, and I was like, no, you're not.
Yes.
I said, my boss is your boss. That's who I answer to. I don't answer you. The reason why they got me with you is because they know if you run into a problem, I'm going to solve it, where you ain't got to call them, because it ain't Kyle there. See what Kyle said, because they know my job was to go around, over, under, through by the man who taught me what I knew what to do.
But what you just said there is classic African American history. You are brought in to teach the boss's kids and grandkids, their sons mostly, or you know, daughters, even that, about the business, how to do the job, how to run the crew, everything there is, and then they turn around and say, good, he's ready now. now I'm dying or I'm leaving, I'm retiring, and I'm giving the whole thing over to him, or I'm making him boss over the person who taught him.
Well,
That's classic.
Well, it is, and what really tripped that part was once they became boss, they was like, "I'm your boss," and like I said, I told them, "No, you're not. You're not my boss. Trust me."
Right.
They only got me with you because they know I'm gonna fix the problem if you run into one.
Right. Okay. So then now you're there. They know it's you. They know your reputation and they know it. But then why didn't you move forward with the job? What happened?
I did move. Me came to me. I asked my boss. I was out in Lyons, Illinois, which is out by Woodbridge, and we was putting in a 60-inch gas line with Nicor. And what happened was, my boss happened to come out there, and I was just like, it was one foreman out there I've been knowing for years, but me and him always clashed because, he just wanted to show me he was boss. I don't care. The man do it, I do whatever.
Because it can't really take away your knowledge.
No, right, he can't,
right,
exactly.
Right.
But he's been knowing me, but, like I say, he just, it was, I hate to use the word white supremacy, but that's just how they was. I could do whatever. And see, I started giving them the middle finger, and I was like,
hey. See what I tell you?
That's the truth. I just started, and when I started telling them, hey, giving them that finger and then telling them, they was just like, man, wow. And so then my boss asked me, why are you getting into it with too many of my young foremen? I said, you said the magic word, too many of your young foremen. Why won't you make me foreman? And he said, he told me in my face, and he said, you're not in means plans to be foreman. And when he said that, I was like, okay.
So he had gone and groomed you, but he really groomed you to be his token to be moved around, exactly. and that you would have that knowledge that when they threw you on this crew and threw you in charge of that crew and over and all of this, that you had the knowledge, but then you were never ever in the plan to give you the position.
Right. They want me. They moved me around. They kept me working all year round. That was one thing
But that's also what they think about us too. Is that as long as we paying him and he making some money, he fine, right?
See, they was like, but that was the one thing that, like I said, throughout my years, I worked all winter. I worked all year round. So that was the trade off for me. But still, in the same token, I wanted that power sense, whereas is that I could sit back.
You wanted the accolade that I have done a good job,
right? And see,
I've earned this position,
right? And see, the man that taught me, he would sit back in the truck and he let me, and as I say, he groomed me, and the only time that he got out that truck, honestly, is to come get a rise out of me, to make me mad. And to make me do something silly just because he could. Right. And see,
so you wanted that job, to sit in the truck and then just...
I mean, to do the paperwork, whatever it be. And so, like I said, I had earned it. So even when I met my wife was just like, wow, she seen how hard I worked, and she's like, wow. And then when she seen me in action, just like with the CTA Red Line, I'll never forget, the owner came to me and asked me, he said, hey, I need you to go to nights. And I had just married my wife. And he said, his exact words was, I need a favor from you. And I had been on the job 4 months already. And we started at 95th, and when he came to me, I was on 69th. And then he said, I need a favor from you. I said, depends. Right. And then he said, I said, depending on what the favor is. I said, what is it? He said, I need you to go to nights. I was like, ooh. I like being at home with my wife. She come home same time I get home. We get to have dinner. Right. I have to pass on that one. And then he said, well, I heard you want to get somebody. He said, I can't keep up with you. I said, what you mean you can't keep up with me? He said, yeah. He said, you got a fine-tuned machine running right now. You took them guys and you got them working safe and efficiently, and you are opening up more holes and putting in more material than we can get the material there before you even get there. We can't keep up with you.
So you're doing the job and you are working hard and you are producing, right? At the end of the day, you are producing for them, at your level.
And they knew it. And they knew it. That's the reason why they came out and they made me boss right away. So they was like, man, yeah. And so I went to nights, and then the reason why I went to nights because to help one of my brothers to get, he had just come home, and he needed a job, so I got him a job, and
so he could in essence work the days, and you.
He put him on the crew with me.
Oh, he put him on with you. Well, that's good. So then they knew. Yeah, he was under you. Then you keep him out of trouble.
Keep him safe and everything else. So then I went to nights and. It was way more people at nights than it was in the daytime because we shut down the lanes. Right. So then he was like, man, I got people running around and they don't know what they're doing. He said, I know you're going to come, you're going to give structure. you're going to give that line of what they can and can't do and what lines not to cross. And he said, and that's what they need. I need somebody else like you.
You need somebody like that. So now you have got this nice position. You got a new wife. She's supporting you, obviously, in hearing all of this. But then what is the moment that you then decide that I'm not, or was it the moment the man said, we don't have any plans for you to go to?
I had been gone, left him. I had left meat. That was, I had left
okay,
meat.
so you at another location. But when did we get to Cajun? When did we decide we're going to leave construction and then go into
after the railroad?
After the railroad.
After the railroad.
Okay.
Railroad hired us here, Norfolk Southern hired us here in Chicago, and they overhired.
They overhired.
So they furloughed us, which is laid off.
Right.
And then they come back at us, what was it, like 4 months later? So
Yeah, like 4 months later.
4 months later, and they offered me to relocate, and they would pay for us to relocate.
Gotcha.
Pennsylvania, Virginia, Alabama,
And then,
Indiana, and I chose Indiana because I was like, okay,
That's
Indiana,
close enough.
right?
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I was like, since I know I will be on the road, I will be bringing trains from Elkhart, Indiana to Chicago and taking them back. So I had to have double lodging. So I have my place here in Chicago. When I come, I can stay here, as opposed to a hotel, and then I had to get a place down in Elkhart. But then, like I say, racism. Everywhere you go.
Yeah, so everywhere you went, no matter the fact that you were the most skilled, knowledgeable, and leader, right? Because let's be clear, this is a leader situation.
Yeah, as a conductor, yes, you are the leader of that.
You led in all positions, though, that you were with the various companies. So then you're a leader now. So obviously, this training, though, in some ways was good to add on to everything else. Then you went back so you left the racism and all of that piece, and you decide, I'm going to go back to something I love. Was this a passion, the cooking? Were you still always cooking, though, throughout this time? Maybe every now and then?
I would cook. Me and my cousin, we would do birthdays and everything, at each other's
family
house.
Stuff.
Either I cook, they would always call me, Cal, come cook for us. And then Christmas, I would always, my present to my family was to cook Christmas dinner. Okay. And I would supply everything for them, gumbo, you name it.
So gumbo. All right, you just
gumbo was one of the things. That was my present to my family because that was my present to my family.
But that's one of your signatures though over here at the Cajun Connoisseur, right? Because Cajun means gumbo, right? Like those two just like go together. You don't say that without. So now, is there a secret to the gumbo that any secret? I'm trying, people. I'm trying to help you out by getting some secrets out of Kyle over here in this Cajun gumbo, but he's looking at me like, no, that's not happening. Right? Okay. So then you just have to go down there and get some for yourself and enjoy it and do it that way. So now, so you have the food truck. Let's double back. So you now have decided to start the Cajun Connoisseur, right? Obviously, if you are the cook of the family, people call you.
I did not want to do this.
You didn't want to do it. So the wife, Regina. Thank you, Regina, the woman behind the man.
Actually, I have to give credit to my cousin Van Norris and Pam.
And Pam also.
And Steve, which is Steve's sister.
Okay. I
have to give them the credit because Van came to me and he asked me, he said, cuz you best cook in the family. Why don't you help me run this truck? And then the next thing you know, he gave me some information and we went to go do a little homework and everything. And I was like, all right. And then the next thing I know, I ended up taking over the project and he ended up going to work for Leaks.
Gotcha.
And then the next thing I know,
so now you got a truck. So truck was first. So the truck was before the brick and mortar.
Yes.
Okay, so truck is your home. I mean, that's the home, like you were talking about. And I know you're talking about expanding. And see, that's the other thing too, is that sometimes some of the black business and black business owners, they get very complacent in where they are and what they're doing. But you went from truck to mortar, and now you're talking about going other places.
Well, right now, see, and what the city is the reason why I have the brick and mortar right now.
Okay.
Because as I said, my thing was, my business plan was to take the food truck, hit the city, hit the suburbs and the state, get notoriety and recognition where everybody know who I am, and I achieved that. Okay. And then the city, we went to a food truck fest out at O'Hare Airport. They had asked us, and this was the first one. So her name was Tiffany Green, wasn't it? She's head of the aviation department. She is it. Okay. And she's a black woman, and everybody was coming out to all the trucks, and they was getting their food, and then it was like, Cajun Connoisseur. The Cajun Connoisseur.
So there was like an informal, semi-formal test run on the various trucks that said who's going to get voted with the most votes. and that's gonna be the one that we then do.
There was it was other trucks that come. Right. It was just that one that one time we went, and then.
But if there were more than you there, then they were voting. They were raising their hand and saying what?
Which truck was the best?
Yeah, which truck is the best?
And it was over 8 of us, right? They was telling. They was like, And so then what happened was Miss Tiffany came out there. It was 3 people that came, and then she came to me first before they came. And she asked me, would I like to be inside O'Hare Airport?
I know that's right. Did you hear that? So we had last Friday Miss Stephanie Hart over Brown Sugar Bakery, and she's now on Navy Pier. So what's happening is it's so nice to see it, which is also why I wanted to promote these African American businesses are now getting in some of. I mean, that's like new level, right? That's right. That's next level to go to the hubs of all of what Chicago is about, right? So Navy Pier is a destination. Sure. People drive and come and fly to come to Navy Pier. So she's on there. You're at O'Hare. Well, everybody's flying in and out, but that, that's what you're working toward, and that's a goal. The fact is that they have recognized you and your value of a good product, right? At the end of the day, this is now a good product, and you're the boss, so nobody to tell you can't do it. It's a choice that you are going to be.
I don't believe in that word "can't." Right. People hear me say this. This is my definition of the word "can't." Somebody come tell me they can't do something, I'm going to do it to show that it can be done, and then I'm coming back to show you that it can be done, because for the simple fact, I don't believe in the word can't. Anything can be done. Anything is possible.
Right, and my mom likes that word too, and she always says, well, spell that word for me, and then you start it, and she goes, C-A-S-I. She says, so you can. Right. Right. It's like can is in there, which means you can do it, right? So, so that's a good one. But at the same time, you have this opportunity. No longer is there somebody telling you that you can't pursue it, right? Regina, she gonna come around to it. But
have a voice of reason.
Right. But that's because too. Now, are you at the same time? That's also meaning you have to begin to plan for growth in employment, right? You have to.
I have planned all that in my business plan. See, because my thing was because right now my vision of how I have it. See, because like I say, City of Chicago Department of Aviation came to me and asked me, would I like to be inside the new terminal at O'Hare Airport?
Okay, well, they ain't asking everybody.
No, they're not. And they said the reason why they asked me, they said because this is something different. We want new blood. We want something. They said and. Would you like to be there? And I told them yes. And then they said, okay, here's your terms and conditions. One, you have to have a brick and mortar, because that truck doesn't have a tie to a community.
Right.
So then I was like, okay, location. That's the reason why a lot of restaurants fail, because it's not the perfect location. And I looked at Bronzeville. Bronzeville is on the up and rising, and I did majority of the development over here. Is what the really funny part is. Right. I knew. I'm like, man, even where I'm at right now, I put the sewer and the water and the gas into to that building, and it's a brand new building, and I did it. And then the owner was like, what? I said, yeah, I can tell you how deep that is. Everything in here is. So she's like, oh wow. I said, yeah, I did a lot of development over here. In this you got the brick and mortar in order to have the truck. So that's some of the rules and regulations. I got the brick and mortar to get inside.
Well, that's what I mean. O'Hare, right? To have the truck go to the next level. That's what I'm saying, right? So sometimes, and this is what we want to say too to the potential business owners and entrepreneurs out there that are still what I call entrepreneurs. They're still working the job. They have ideas. They want to do it, but they're scared. And some part of what you're saying too is you got to analyze and take assessment of that risk and the reward. And it's not today. It might be tomorrow, right?
Right.
We're going to take a station break. We're going to listen to a little bit more music. You are listening to Urban Broadcast Media, Bertina Power on EmPower Hour. Yes, don't forget to download the app. Go to urbanbroadcastmedia.com. We're on YouTube and all over Facebook Live right now. But if you want to call in and give a comment, maybe you have talked to or eaten from the food truck or in the store, call us at 312-754-4333. We'll be right back after these messages. You are killing me. That Cajun connoisseur. It's all over here. I got it all up here on live. Let me say hi to some people over here. Say, what does this say? That's how they operate. You will never get that seat, but they will make you feel like you have the power.
That's true.
All right now. Mr. Smith and Audrey join. Hey Audrey, hey Maurice, hey Fred, hey George Hinton, hey Walida, hey Reggie, hey George, Lamisha, Tamiko, Chris, Jabron. All right, Sherry, Neva, what's happening? Kim, Renata, Steve, Donna.
Hey everybody, I ain't forgot y'all. I just got mine set up there. Just, you know, I had to
Yeah,
let you know.
so you can see.
Yep.
Jump to it. I don't know why you keep playing this music we can hear, cause then now we gotta have a good time on the break.
Yes.
That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Oh, something got in my nose. Okay. And so when we come back, we'll wrap up with, you know, like, do you have any events and some specials and things that you're doing, and you know what I'm saying, like that you want to share with the group?
We're gonna talk about the fish fry
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah. Let's talk about that.
9.
We'll talk about that and what that is, and so everybody can come out because they can get off work and come by, right? When we were talking about, and let's give them the exact address because I know that 43rd.
Right.
Yeah, the exact number to go over there. And then the food truck is downtown, so we can tell people that they're downtown and work now too. If you can hear us now, you're downtown and work, you want to get some lunch while you're on break. I know it's cold.
Adams and Wacker.
Go Adams and Wacker. Right. See, that's what we want to tell them.
150 South Wacker is where the food truck is right now.
Until what time? 1:30?
1:30, 2 o'clock. Well, until I get back there.
And move the truck.
Gotta go.
That's what I told him. I said, just come in here for a few minutes and, you know, give me some time, and then you can get back to that truck and that business on a big Friday, Fresh Friday day.
Thank you, everybody that's on my Facebook.
Yay. You lost them.
There you go.
Yes.
I see you, Paul.
Friday.
What's up, Alonzo, Bernard, Kim,
Hey, everybody.
Laura. Thank y'all, everybody.
Yes, that's what's up. I like my neck looking all fat on it.
You look fine.
I know.
You look
They
fine.
say TV put 10 pounds on you. I'm looking extra swole here.
You know what? Hercules.
Friday.
Yes.
I know it's Friday. It's time for the weekend,
Now, my
baby.
favorite song.
Oh,
Johnny
we gotta do
Depp.
our Remember Wins. That's right.
Oh,
We
yeah,
gotta think of some
Remember
Remember Wins.
What was that song? Just got paid.
Just got paid. It's Friday night. Party hunting.
Remember when?
Feeling right. I remember when we used to play Duck, Duck, Goose.
Listen, I had that. Yes.
I remember we used to play
What?
Catch a Girl,
Kiss a
Kiss a
Girl,
Girl.
right.
But I like the other Catch a Girl, Girl.
Hey. Keep the show clean. Clean.
See, my mom, see, like I said, I got the boss over here. Yes.
All right. Catch a girl, kiss a girl. Yeah. Hello. You are back in the studios of EmPower Hour with Bertina Power and this man right here, Kyle Kelly, the Cajun connoisseur. Thank God his wife is in here, so you know she can keep him under control. Thank you, Regina.
I'll try my best.
I know it's a full-time job, but we are having a fabulous time on this Friday, and remember it's Flashback Friday, so we were talking about our Remember Wins over the break, and he said he remembered Duck, Duck, Goose, right?
Red light, green light.
Red light, green light, and then the kiss the girl,
Catch the girl, kiss the girl. Catch the girl, girl.
Kiss the girl, kiss the girl, PG-13. Right,
sorry.
so, yes, now, and when we talk about Remember When, now, do you remember when we used to have these big high school, like all the high school kids would come down to like the Astor Hotel and have parties? Maybe that's me. That's my age. You might be a little bit older than me. Yeah.
I forgot the name of the houses, but they was all right there off of State Street.
It was houses or a hotel?
No, right across. What's the one that was right across the street from the Burger King off of here, right off of 24th in Michigan?
Oh, you talking about E2 and the Click? The Click.
The Click.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
the
The
Click.
Click, and then down there was the Cotton Club,
Club,
right? And then Strictly Business on the other corner. yes.
All gone.
Well, does that sound like I'll hang out?
Remember
Yes. Right. So all of those are the Remember Wins. So if you got a Remember Win, just chime in right here on Facebook on EmPower Hour or Bertina Power or the Cajun Connoisseur. He's got his up too. You can chime in. Remember Wins over there, right? So we can remember wins. So let's get back. So we were talking about how, you know, just you were in construction, you got in that business, you did 20 years, several major big companies, you know, proved yourself, and then you just, the racism was just keeping you down. It was just too much. It was like, it's enough of this beating me and then watching everybody else go above me. So then then the wife, Regina, she sort of, you know, and the family and your cousins and cousins and everybody was telling you, look, you the best cook in the family. Why don't we work on this one? And then they sort of like went on and then left you to manage it. Started with the truck, and then now you've been presented with an opportunity to go in on here. But every Friday, everybody right now is Friday. What's Fridays down there?
Fish fry Fridays.
Fish fry Fridays. Now y'all know in the black community, Fridays is all about fish. Do you have any idea what that history is about?
Well, it used to be spaghetti, spaghetti, it was spaghetti and fish. You know,
but I think it was payday got you money, and fish was expensive considered, you know, compared to pork. Yeah, it was a treat, right? That was why the whole Friday fish, or it was just it came in from overseas fish, fresh on Friday. I don't know how. Because I eat fish every day, so I don't know why it's Friday. Is the it's the big day.
Well, with the Cajun connoisseur is because, like I say, everybody's looking for that truck. They ain't been looking for the restaurant.
Right.
And see, now I do more in the restaurant than I do in the truck.
Okay, so but now the truck is right now where?
150 South Wacker.
Did you hear me? All you people down there downtown on Fridays, the truck is it every day or just Fridays?
No, it's just certain Fridays.
Certain Fridays, if you okay, so they move around. But do you post on your page or somewhere where you're gonna be, so then you can log into the Cajun Connoisseur and find out where the truck is gonna be for all my downtown working people that want to get some good soul food on lunch instead of that other stuff. We're not gonna call names, but just instead of that other stuff. But right now you're down there to about 1:30, 2 o'clock at the Adams and Wacker.
Yes.
Okay, so you can go down there and get some of that lobster. Is lobster
Some of
back
that
on
deliciousness.
Is lobster
Yes,
back?
always.
Oh, go get you some lobster back.
Lobster mac,
I'm telling you.
jambalaya, mac and cheese.
The gumbo?
Gumbo.
Oh, the gumbo.
Shrimp po' boy, lobster po' boy,
Ooh,
chicken
shrimp
po'
and grits.
Shrimp and
Oh,
grits.
not the shrimp and grits.
Oh, you got some.
Ooh, you know what? I'm just feeling like 100 pounds just sitting here, right? Like, okay, all right, all the good stuff, right? And I brought you on the wrong day because I was supposed to be eating all this stuff instead of trying to get in my dress tomorrow, and then I wouldn't have cared, right? I was like, oh, I don't care, I'm eating everything. All right, so you have that. Now, fish fries are at the location though.
Yes.
And what time is that?
5 to 9.
5 to 9.
9:30. Because like I say, everybody started coming in and said we've been trying to publicize it, but then ran into hiccups because as I said.
Well, this is a good way we finna start
Well,
advertising over here.
As
That's
I
what
say,
we gonna
the hiccups that I had, believe it or not, has been with employees. Because I tell this, if you won't eat it, don't give it to my customers.
Gotcha.
And I hate to say, that I have made a product that's kind of idiot-proof, but it is.
Mm-hmm.
If you burn shrimp or chicken or anything, you can't cook.
You can't cook.
I mean, it ain't got nothing on it because, when we did Chicago's Best, I just showed them what we do.
Right.
We have a product that we put on, it goes on everything.
But you know what, then, just like I had on, like I said last week with an owner, she was saying she couldn't be the one doing all the baking of the cakes because then you can't grow, right? So what you're saying is you're trying to work on making it not idiot proof, it's not the word we want to say. We're systemizing it to the point where you can then train, like you did with your construction, train somebody to do this, put this in, do that, time it this way. I mean, that's how McDonald's got to be where they were with the timing of how long the fries stayed in, not a minute longer, not a second longer.
Yes.
Right.
See, but we're also taking our product and we're also trying to get it packaged and get inside.
Okay, so you can be in the stores. Okay,
yes. So
all right.
like I say, so
then I just heat it up.
You can go, you put it on whatever you want. If you vegetarian, you can go. It goes on vegetables.
Gotcha.
It goes on any protein. Like I say, it goes on tofu.
Okay.
You can have that New Orleans style Creole Cajun flavor. At home yourself.
Yeah, that's
so,
what I'm talking about. And
that's
then,
my vision and my goal to be inside Sam's Club nationwide.
All right, but see, and this is the other thing: positive thinking, and then putting it out there. Would you not think? Because as you put it, now it is said. And now it is said, then I must do. And since I can, and I can, then I'm gonna do it, right? Because I'm gonna prove you that I can do it, right? And so sometimes, some part of what it takes to be successful is merely believing in yourself, or believing that you are already there and you just waiting to get to that spot.
I tell this to a lot of people. The only person that's stopping you is you.
That's the amen.
You are your own
You
worst
are your
enemy.
worst enemy. Yeah. But then
so
there's a 4-letter word most of the time that keeps anybody from moving forward. Fear. 4-letter word, everybody, I don't care your age, your background, your education, or anything.
Let me say this. My father-in-law, rest in peace, told me when I first started, he said, I would prefer to see you try and fail than not try it out.
Well, right. Well, that's what that's the saying. And nothing beats a failure but a try.
Try.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's exactly where it came from.
Rest his soul, as I said, I know that he's in heaven with my Father, and I know that they're looking down on me, and they know that I have
continue with what they put in you.
So I know that, I thank him for the blessing.
Now let me ask you this. If there's a young man or woman out there that's looking to get in this business, do you bring in interns or training? Do you
I do get interns from the
courtroom,
from culinary schools,
gotcha.
help them get their internship.
I
and
just want to
everything
make sure we give it back to the hood.
Yes.
Because on Wednesdays every week I honor a non-for-profit or foundation, what I call doing good in the hood. And that, because they need a highlight for what it is. And I know you were probably doing something, so I just wanted to highlight that so everybody knows that when they're coming and patronizing you too, that's also contributing to your ability to bring in somebody young and fresh and teach them some of the things that you know. So that's good. So I want to thank Mr. Kyle Kelly, the Cajun connoisseur, and his wife. She's a Delta, everybody. We said that earlier, but I just want you to know she's in here rocking. Come on, step over, lady. She's rocking her red and black DST, today, but up against my pink. But that's okay. That's okay. Because Sisters in Services is what everybody knows that I say, because it's about doing good all the time, as we say, but in the hood. So now, do you all have children?
No.
No children. Okay, but do you all go or ever been to the Universal Soul Circus?
Yes.
Yeah, right. I tell people adults go all the time. You ain't never had no kids. You don't have no kids, but they end on Sunday. So if you haven't been, get out there this weekend, all right? So right now we're going to talk about what's going on for the weekend. It's Universal Soul Circus, all right, over here in Washington Park, is going to be closing October 29th, which is Sunday. Now, tomorrow is Saturday, is Wealth Building Day at Chicago State University. They have a housing fair, free credit report, free admission, raffles. You talk to some mortgage people, some realtors, the people that have the housing. Go and get information. This is what I tell everybody. Free information should have lines in it, right? Not just free turkeys when they're giving them away. Right?
Agreed.
Free information should have the same kind of lines. And October, as we are coming to a close, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, it's Mental Illness Awareness Month, and it is also Pastor Appreciation Month. So there's a lot for October. But the 6th District over at 9434 South Halston on this Sunday will be pampering domestic violence survivors. So if you know somebody from 12 to 3, it is free. They get makeovers, hair comb and things like that. And people are bringing and donating shoes and stuff. So you need to do that. And on Sunday, October the 29th, at 2 o'clock, a white glove event. The tiger who wore white gloves is in celebration of Gwendolyn Brooks. So we want to say and let everybody know what's going on for the weekend. Now, I end every show with a quote, guys. Okay. And this is the quote I picked for today. Damaged people are dangerous because they know how to survive. Right? That is deep, right? I just love my quotes. They come right into the business of what we were talking about for the day before I ever say anything to you or know what you're going to really say. That quote just jumped out at me. I was like, I don't think he's damaged, but in some ways you're broken because of them not growing and allowing you to grow to your potential within something you were doing. But that's okay because you knew how to survive. Exactly. And that's what you're doing now. You are surviving. And I think everybody, next week, here and here, it is Raining Men next week on EmPower Hour. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Every guest is a man, and they're going to come in here and educate. So other men, you can listen, because they're going to educate everybody. But they are here on EmPower Hour at noon. You are listening to Urban Broadcast Media, and I am your host, Bertina Power. Thanks for joining me today. I look forward to talking to you on Monday. Have a good weekend. Peace. Bye. Bye. All right. Just say bye to everybody without the headphones. Come on, wifey, get in here. Say hi. Hi, everybody. We got to take a couple of pictures, and then y'all can get on down there and shut the truck down. Get the truck down.
I'm telling you, it's Pat Hill meeting time. Yo, Milton in the building. Quick Pat Hill meeting. Quick Pat Hill. Come on. Quick Pat Hill picture in the building. There we go. Come on.
We're taking a picture. I don't know how to take a picture on there.
Well, then, come on. I'm going to
You got it?